Aunty Ngozi had been sacked from 8 schools in 3 years. 8! Not 2, not 4, 8. Yet, somehow, she landed a job at New Age College. This time, because her brother-in-law was the principal. Connections can open doors, even when they should stay closed. Nobody really knew what subject she specialized in. But she insisted she could teach mathematics. So, they handed her primary 4. That was the beginning. She was always on fire. Scarf tied on her head, huge Bible pressed to her chest like a badge. Every morning, she entered school, already looking around for who to correct. Even on her way to work, she couldn't rest. Inside the keke napep one morning, she looked at the woman sitting beside her and said loudly, "You are too fat. This is why women lose their husbands. Side chicks are not eating everything they see." Oh. The keke went quiet. The woman turned slowly. "As you are slim, do you have a husband?" Aunty Ngozi smiled, not embarrassed, not shaken. She began to sing softly, swaying her shoulders. "I am married to Jesus, Satan, leave me alone. I am married to Jesus, Satan, leave me alone." The driver increased the volume of his radio. Nobody wanted trouble that morning. But that was just outside school. Inside New Age College, she was worse. She always had something to say about everyone. If your shoe was dusty, she would announce it. If your hair was rough, she would preach about it. If you smiled too much, she would ask what devil was inside you. But that wasn't why Aunty Ngozi is having a story today. Aunty Ngozi was 42, single, bitter, and very loud about discipline. Spare the rod and spoil the child. She would shout, lifting a long ruler like a microphone. The problem was not discipline. The problem was her mood. If she woke up from a bad dream, Primary 4 would suffer. She would make them scrub, sweep the compound, clean toilets, all day, even under the sun. If the man she was talking to suddenly stopped replying her messages, the whole class would feel it, especially the finest boy in class. Tall for his age, bright, quiet, she will call him out for nothing. "Why are you breathing like that? Why are you shining your teeth? Are you trying to distract girls?" The class would go quiet. Nobody dared to speak. One afternoon, a teacher tried to interfere. "Madam, maybe you are being too harsh." Aunty Ngozi turned slowly. "Mind your business. When you have your own class, you can raise goats there." The staff room became uncomfortable. Whenever she entered, chairs shifted. Conversations died. One hot afternoon, Aunty Ngozi walked into Primary 4 with a strange smile. "Bring out your math books." The room tightened. "I will give you 20 questions. Any question you get wrong, 2 strokes of cane. 20 questions, 2 strokes each." She turned to the board and began to write. Fast, confident, numbers filled the board like a storm. Algebra, quadratic equation, simultaneous equation with brackets inside brackets. The children stared. "Auntie, you haven't taught us this one," a small voice cried. "Silence!" she snapped. "Excuses are for failures." The scratching of pencils sounded weak and confused. Some students just stared at the paper. Some tried to copy the question again, hoping answers would appear by magic. When she collected the books, her lips coiled. Not one correct answer. Not one. She picked up a long cane. The first student screamed. The second cried. By the 5th child, the class was shaking. 2 strokes each, she declared. The sound of cane hitting skin echoed against the classroom walls. Desks rattled. Tears flowed. Some children begged. Some faintly whispered, "Sorry, ma." Then she reached Sharon. Sharon was the class captain. Calm, bright, always neat. "Even you?" Aunty Ngozi hissed. Sharon trembled. "Auntie, we don't know this is the first stroke." Landed on her back. The second. On the third, Sharon moved suddenly. The cane missed its target and struck her face. A sharp sound. Silence! Sharon swayed, then collapsed. For a second, Aunty Ngozi stood still. She is pretending, she said coldly. She flogged her again. Once, twice. Stand up! Sharon did not move. The class exploded. Aunty Ngozi has killed Sharon. She has killed her. Children rushed back. Some ran out of the classroom screaming. The principal burst in. Teachers followed. Sharon lay on the floor, her eyes closed, blood slowly spreading near her nose. Call the hospital, somebody shouted. They tried to lift her, tried to wake her. As Sharon was rushed out, the classroom felt hollow. Desks crooked, tear-stained faces, the board still covered in cruel mathematics that did not belong there. The secondary school math teacher stepped closer. He read the first question, then the second. His hand slowly covered his mouth. This answers 3 why questions. A murmur spread. Teachers began whispering. Primary 4? How could she not know? This is wickedness. Aunty Ngozi laughed nervously. It is just advanced practice. Children must be sharp. But her voice was no longer strong. Then the principal's phone rang. He answered. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She just left for the hospital. Yes, sir. His face changed. The staff room went silent. He lowered the phone slowly and looked at Aunty Ngozi. Sharon is the only child of the commissioner of police. The words did not shout. They did not need to. They landed. For the first time, Aunty Ngozi felt something colder than anger. No. That is not my business, she snapped quickly. Am I supposed to know everybody's father? Is she wearing it on her forehead? Nobody answered. Sirens began to wail in the distance. That sound broke something inside her. Suddenly, she started talking fast. This is not my fault. It is that my eye problem. You people know I have albinism. Sometimes the board reflects light. Maybe I copied the wrong questions from the paper. The chalk was not even clear. The classroom light is bad. She looked around desperately. Besides, they are all dull, all of them. If they read, they would have solved it. But nobody defended her. Not one teacher. When the sirens grew louder, she slipped out quietly. At home, her hands shook as she dragged out her old travel bag. Clothes were thrown in carelessly. Bible, shoes, wigs, documents. I did not kill anybody, she muttered. Children faint all the time. She will wake up. This is exaggeration. She paused. What if she doesn't wake up? No, she said quickly, shaking her head. God will not allow it. I am his servant. Another siren echoed. Closer now. She imagined prison. Headlines. Parents protesting. Her brother-in-law denying her publicly. Her breathing became heavy. They cannot arrest me for flogging now. Teachers flog. It is normal. I was disciplining her. But deep down, a small voice whispered the truth. It was not discipline. It was anger. It was frustration. It was power used like a weapon. She tied the bag roughly and rushed outside, locking her door in a hurry. Police vehicles were already inside her compound. Neighbors stood in clusters, whispering. 2 officers stepped forward. Aunty Ngozi! This time, her name felt like a verdict. She tried to smile. This is a misunderstanding. I only corrected a child. These children nowadays are weak, madam. One officer said calmly. You are under arrest for grievous assault. The handcuffs clicked. She looked around at the same neighbors she used to correct every morning. Nobody spoke for her. As she was led into the vehicle, the weight of it finally settled. It was not that Sharon was the commissioner child. It was that she had forgotten children are not punching bags for adults' pain. Power is a small thing when you first hold it. It feels like authority. It feels like control. But when mixed with bitterness, it becomes poison. Aunty Ngozi did not fall because she flogged a powerful man's daughter. She fell because she believed being in charge meant being cruel. And cruelty, no matter how holy it sounds, always waits for its own turn. Thank you so much for watching this story, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Like, leave a comment, share this video, and a quick shout out to these amazing viewers. Thank you for leaving a comment on my last video. Thank you for always showing up on this channel. God bless you. And if you want a chance for a shout out like this, please leave a comment on this video and there's a 100% chance you get a shout out on my next video.